you were our 9/11 episode alumni. You were an alumni from the 9/11 episode.
Yeah.
Ludwig did the 9/11 episode.
I'm worried if it gets cut off.
And the shorthand of that would be Ludwig did 9/11.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about. Is the shorthand.
Well, no, I mean,
keep it long. I'd say
we got to keep it short and sweet for people to understand.
How about just did
Tucker,
9/11 then?
Google
Did
Hassan
9/11.
9/11.
Okay.
What are we googling here?
He's Googling Hassan 9/11. Have you met Tucker before?
Tucker?
Well, we met at dinner the other day.
Briefly at dinner.
But
We
in
shook
the
hands.
context of content, have you met Tucker?
In the context of content, no. In the context of eating at Boa's Steakhouse,
True that.
yeah.
This is Tucker. This is our little cherub. This is our little catamite.
No,
Do you
gotta
find
stop.
that offensive, Tucker, to be called a cherub and a catamite?
The catamite, definitely.
For sure.
For sure.
That
The
means a
cherub-
boy kept for homosexual purposes.
So, you're saying he's my little fuck boy?
Yeah, he's a little.
It's specifically a boy, so it's pedophilic in nature.
Yeah. it is.
I mean,
Why do you know a term?
Does he
for-
look like? Does he look like a boy?
I'm just saying you're using the term for a boy.
Well, I mean, I didn't learn about it until Schlatt brought it up.
Whoa!
One, two, three, four. I declare a thumb war.
5,
5, 6, 7, 8. Open up the warrior gate.
I actually don't know if it's ever been clarified what that end part is.
It's definitely a warrior gate.
Open up the warrior gate.
Open up the warrior gate means
Who
you're
do
gonna
we
start.
appreciate?
No, you wouldn't say that.
You are bad and I am great. You see, something about entering into a thumb war is like I always have this.
God, she's like David versus Goliath. What's up with
Jesus.
those yams? You got some melons, bro. I'm looking at 5 separate bananas attached to a hand. All right, let's do it.
When I for
I declare a thumb war. 5, 6, 7, 8. Open up the warrior gate.
Oh. 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 Oh, this isn't good. Oh, he's got him turned around.
Whoa!
Holy shit. He's playing dirty.
He's playing dirty.
He's playing very dirty.
Tap that. Call it. I'm gonna call that a dub.
See, let me break this down.
I won.
No,
Give me an I won.
I'll tell you what happened.
No, I want.
I'll tell you what happened.
It was a double.
Let me give a demonstration to Schlatt here.
No, give a
I'll tell you what
demonstration.
happened.
I won.
Give me your hand.
I don't want to.
Are you my co-host or are you his co-host? Let me show you. He went like this and let go of his pinkies and then used it to come after me like
That's
that.
fucked up. That's fucked up.
It is fucked up.
That's
It was
legal.
legal.
That's legal.
Maybe during the purge,
Okay. In this
where
analogy-
all crime is
in
legal.
In this analogy, somebody in the purge decides to fucking cheat in a thumb war.
Get your timer out.
Really?
Get your timer out.
Get my timer up.
Get your timer out.
Yeah, I'll get my timer out. Ludwig, we got a little challenge for you. If
I
you think
heard
you're
about
so
this.
good at little challenges.
Oh, that's my gamer subs, by the way.
This started because you said,
Holy shit!
"Do I do 2 or 3?"
I don't know what I was timing, but it is going for a while.
Is it 523 days?
Yeah.
Is it 1 scoop or 2 scoops, Schlatt?
Two
Oh,
in that thing.
1
That
for
is
every
an
8 ounce.
insane timer. How long is that?
523 days. No.
Has my timer going for 523 days? I don't know if that's.
Do you want to end it? It kind of feels bad. No.
I'll do mine.
You feel like you've put so much work
Yeah,
into
I
it.
feel like this is. Well, I could do a timer. Well, no, that's a stop. Yeah.
It's a stopwatch. It's
I'll
different.
do a stop.
Yeah, this kind of feels like history.
Yeah,
doesn't it?
don't fuck with that.
All right. Anyway, you
Don't
you
fuck
told me
with
this
that.
before. You want me to squeeze this as long as I can.
This-
Now,
yeah.
The logic was because I go rock climbing. I just updated you guys in my life. I don't do rock climbing anymore. I think it's a cult. I think it's cringe.
Well, we could talk
anti-rock
about that.
climbing.
We could actually talk about that.
Let's talk. Let me
Well,
start. Let me start squeezing. Let's
This
start
is my
squeezing.
father's squeezer from the 80s.
Flexing that again.
What? I never flexed that. Why would I? What does that even mean? Okay, ready? Together, press together. Both handles together.
Copy.
On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Do you have to end the time on that? Hold up. I'm getting comfortable.
Okay, well, you need to start. Okay.
It's fine.
Plus or minus 3.
So why do you hate rock climbing?
Yeah.
I think rock climbing's a cult. I think rock climbing oftentimes ends in injury because of the strain it has on your tendons, on your fingers, on your shoulders. And it's easier to overexert yourself because it's more exciting to finish a climb than if you were lifting, where you wouldn't overexert yourself to be like, oh, I really need to finish this last lift. You know what I mean? Like I think you'd be more willing to stop, as opposed to you would feel really bad if you didn't finish a climb.
I don't know. I feel like I've seen a lot of videos of like lifters like online of them not being able to complete it, and then the bar bounces off their chest.
Yeah,
and
that
then
does
I
happen.
scream inside.
That does happen.
And then you've also got like the people who spot you. You know.
Yeah.
But
they that's
I've never really
there's less
experienced
spotting
the
in rock
community.
climbing, right? Like
You have
there's
a
not
rope.
as well. That's lead climbing or like top rope, but like they
Do
don't
people
have.
ever just fall onto the mat below?
Dude, this is hard.
You have not been
Keep
going
it
for that
squeezed.
long.
Ow! It
Keep it
hurts.
squeezed. And
Oh
show the
my
camera.
God.
Show the camera. Make sure they can see the hand. Hey! Make sure they can see the
Son, it
handles.
hurts a lot.
So
How long has this been going for?
It's only 1 minute and 15 seconds.
Okay,
it's
so
been
I
going
just for context, I went.
Ah!
Wait, no, take your hand off your thigh there. You're pushing
Hey,
it against
push
your.
it! Hand up! Show the camera.
So how is this possible? I thought you rock climbed.
He might be hamming it up. I think he's. Oh shit!
Stop! I'm trying.
I'm gonna move this away from
I need to I need to have control over this because I have been sprayed by this by both of you.
Stop! One wing! Stop it! Oh, he's done.
Oh fuck!
Minute 50.
Oh, that hurts so bad.
Sprayed with fucking hand sanitizer
Oh,
twice on this
man.
podcast.
How much did you do?
I
Double
went for
that.
4 minutes and 15 seconds.
What?
Double that.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. 150.
What? Yeah, how long did you go for?
I went for a little less because there was nothing to beat because I was the first guy.
Yeah.
I could have beat you guys if I knew your score.
That's what he's
And then
quoting Schlatt.
and then 5 minutes. Can I try left hand?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I don't know
can.
why you'd be any better. Okay.
I can tell you I'd be
I
better.
gotta say, dude, you had the strongest reaction to being in that pain, though. I mean,
it
that
hurt.
I know.
Look, I'm bleeding.
No, are you?
That's the gamer stuff.
Yeah, but it was believable for a moment.
Unbelievable. It almost got me.
So I would have worse grip strength because my finger. I don't know if you can see this. Does it look? You see that scar?
It's small. What happened?
No, it's larger than.
Oh.
It's larger. Do you see that scar?
Yeah, there's a scar on it.
See that scar?
Audio listeners love you to death. There's a scar.
There's a scar on my finger that goes across the entirety of it because I was playing backyard football and they punted it and I fumbled the punt recovery. And then somebody slide tackled into the ball, which my finger was pointing at, and then it hit my finger, and it went like it just hyperextended it.
Oh.
And I thought it was just hyperextended, so I put a splint on it. I kept it for a month. After a month, I took the splint off, and I couldn't move it more than at its normal position like this.
no.
Like totally flexed out. I couldn't bend it at all.
Did
So
your
then-
whole finger have fused together or something?
Well, I go to the yeah. It turns out it was a fracture. I had a hairline fracture, and it had healed the way the splint was.
Oh,
So it had
no.
healed, so I couldn't bend it. So then I had to go to the hospital, and then they had to put me under, break my finger.
You
They re-broke it?
They had to re-break
you
the fracture.
fossilized.
Yeah, and then they had to put a rod into the broken bone to connect it to the real bone. And now I can't bend it all the way down. Like I can mostly do it, but like most people can like easily crush their finger into a tiny little crimp.
Yeah.
But I can't fully squeeze it.
You also can't do little wizard fingers.
What is that? What do you mean by that?
He's got it.
I can still
That's a wizard
finger.
finger.
Don't-
still a wizard.
Why would you take that away from me? So this is easier. I think because of that.
You need to hold it fully
They're
closed.
not together.
Is that right?
Man. Yeah, that's right. You're doing better. You are doing better.
You are doing better, but it doesn't seem like okay.
Okay,
well,
you're cheating.
I'm not cheating.
You're cheating. You're
You know,
pushing
you're
it
the
against-
first person who's done this who has like done everything in their power to.
I'm getting up. I'm getting up.
Okay, well, how long are you going to adjust yourself for? You've done everything in your power to try to cheat in every way possible.
You're at 2 minutes.
I think a lot of my ethos as a human is cheating.
Yeah, it seems that a lot of your whole situation as a content creator is based around
Scamming, cheating,
deception.
Deception.
Yeah, deceiving others into.
Deception is the only felony to fuck somebody without telling me.
Okay.
What am I at?
220.
Yeah, I'm into scamming and deceiving. Are you not?
Well, I mean,
What is that?
it's like you didn't even care. It's like you didn't even care about actually deceiving me. It's like you were just like, well, I tried. I'm just gonna try to cheat.
True.
So why don't you lift your hand up for me? It's
Almost
like
at 3.
I just don't understand if any of this experiment is. I don't know why you're continuing because it's not even like it's accurate at all.
Clock hasn't stopped.
I know.
This will count. When you say the time at the end, it will count. No one's going to put an asterisk on this.
Okay, so he's been going for... No, man. Come
This
on,
is legal.
bring
This
it
is
out.
legal. Look, this is legal.
It's like we're all watching you do this. It's like everyone's watching. It's like what are you trying to do here, man? Like,
Don't do anything.
hey, man, it seems like you're trying to do a lot because you're switching
Is the
between
seat, like uncomfortable? Or?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm just uncomfortable is all.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was your exact time?
How about this? Can I just see your? I just want to look at your wrist for a second.
Oh, he pulled it off.
Oh,
Man,
Ted. He was
Ted.
gonna. He
I
was,
pulled it off.
Ted,
He was
he,
gonna
You want to
do
explain to me how I
listeners,
pulled it off?
He yanked my wrist in an appropriate way that HR would have violations with, and it made me let go of it. What was I at?
you did 3 minutes and 30.
Well, let's add a minute for that.
Should I give it a go?
I'll do it.
All right.
Oh, it hurts.
Oh, it's sweaty.
I feel like I want to pass out.
It's really sweaty.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like throwing up a little bit.
That's all it took.
I feel like throwing up a little in my mouth.
I'll try it. I'm not what I used to be though.
Yeah. Well, we both did it and went far to our limits, and then now we're slightly weaker than we were
Not
before.
what I used to be.
When's the last time? Are you ready? Mm-hmm. When's the last time, Ted, you cried?
Last time I cried.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like this one bit already.
Probably like last month or something.
I'm not recovered.
I had a cry last month.
I'm not recovered.
Was it
You're gonna
based
feel it
off
tomorrow.
media? Was it based off personal life things? Was it based off helplessness?
Helplessness.
Something to cry about. Sometimes you feel helpless.
This is
Sure, it's probably personal life stuff, but I'm not totally. You know what it was? It was when I was on that Ireland trip with my mom, where we were just talking about like life and growing up and like moving away from home and stuff. It was just like kind of like, it was like emotional, but like not in like a negative way. It was more like a melancholy kind of like just talking about
Nostalgic.
nostalgia, but also just, you know, I don't know.
Time passage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mine was last night.
really.
What'd you cry over? I was with you last night.
We probably remembered he had to come on Chuckle Sandwich.
Yeah, I was in bed thinking about how to get up for this.
He was like, "Oh no, they're gonna make me do the grip test, and I hate that grip test.
It
so
does
much."
hurt. It does hurt.
You were wailing like you had been shot.
I got 330.
Yeah, he did get
Yeah,
330.
yeah, you got 330.
This
Appreciate it,
chair's
guys.
uncomfortable.
Right?
Yeah. No, I might have to start doing that.
You should have seen Tucker when he was trying out this thing. The guy was going to fucking war. Like he was walking around. He was
He played the Modern Warfare 3 credit music. You know when you kill Makarov, hang him from a building, and then light up? He was playing that shit.
I don't remember that.
It was more the missile. That was
Yeah, the
that
missile.
was the primary context.
Yeah.
I cried last night because I watched Suzume in theaters.
What's that?
New anime movie. It's made by the person who made Your Name.
I actually haven't ever seen Your Name, but I've heard good things.
But you know about it.
Yeah, I know of it.
That guy made a new movie.
Wow. What was the part that made you cry?
Like the sad part, mostly.
That would make sense. Do you cry a lot from
Movies?
movies?
Yeah.
Are you a movie crier?
Yeah.
Mm.
I made a switch.
You made a switch.
Yeah, I was a non-movie crier, and then I chose to be a movie crier.
How can you can choose that?
You can choose that. Yeah.
Huh.
I think-
What did you have to change to make that happen for yourself?
Emotional vulnerability.
Okay.
That's a choice.
You like
How-
turned on the empathy meter?
Yeah.
What's the process for that? How do you become empathetic? Because I
I
haven't
think-
been able to do that.
I think it starts with watching.
I'm getting shooting pains up and down my
See,
forearm.
this is already making me well up.
Shooting pains.
It's making me well up because I'm sad for you.
Okay, maybe, turn down the meter a little bit.
I wish it would hurt less.
Fuck.
Hold it. One more minute.
I'll do one more minute.
Watch out. It's
I
kind
don't
of
know if
cheating.
that's true.
Yeah, it's kind of cheating right there.
You can't tell him that. You can't say that. You're one to talk.
Oh, okay. Okay. Whoa.
Come on, man.
That was an undercut.
Whoa.
It was after I had broken up with my ex in college. And I was sad.
Pull it together, please.
But you know when you're sad and you want to feel sad? Like you
Yeah.
want to wallow in your sadness.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was at an emotionally vulnerable state, and then I decided to watch a bunch of sad things.
Hey.
Hey, whoa.
That is unfucking called for.
30 more. Hold.
Spray Purell on me. Please.
Just to update audio
I broke
listeners.
the last record.
Schlatt's at
Broke
3
my
minutes
last
and
record.
40 seconds, and he had Purell sprayed on him. 20 more seconds, and he will be 10. and he's amped about this, ladies and gentlemen. He's sucking down some Gamer Subs flavor. Is energy. Dragon fruit punch.
Man, he's killing that shit right now.
He is actually impressively finished all.
It is. Come on.
He's throwing it around the warehouse.
It's a shocking feeling though to get sprayed by it though, right?
Yeah.
It is. It sucked.
It happened to me
for 5
twice.
minutes?
So.
Are you going for 5 minutes?
I don't know if I
Are you
can
going for the
5.
record? The record's 5 on the day, right? Is it 5 flat?
502.
502.
I'm gonna have to start running around
If you
do
get
5.
503, you get the record.
Take a
Audio
lap.
list-
Take a lap.
Audio,
All
lis- audio listeners love you
Schlatt's
to
gone.
death.
Schlatt's
Schlatt
gone.
is currently running around the studio with a.
It's like a literal toy store grip strength, and he wants the record, so he's gonna get there. But I'm gonna finish the way to.
Fuck you, Tucker.
access-
I couldn't do it. I'm a Tucker hater through and through.
I guess
Always be a Tucker
we'll
hater.
just finish this. 30 more seconds. 30 more. So we're 20 seconds out from
Look at
Schlatt
that.
breaking the record.
Still.
Wow.
He
Still.
has actually not cheated at all, as opposed to me, who had a lot of different
Wow.
tools to help. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7. On your way. How you feel?
I've reached Nirvana.
You could do this for an hour now.
Whoa.
That was weird. He like calmed down instantly. He's crushed the record. He's at 506.
I've hit this point in a run before, where it's like when you get to the point where the run's really really hurting. and
Runner's
then,
high? Is that
No,
what they call it?
no, Nirvana.
They call it a runner's high.
I mean, they
Look
they
up
can call
runner's
it that,
high.
but it's in reality it's Nirvana.
It is equivalent, but it's a different term for it for runners.
I'm fine.
5 minutes and 30 seconds. Wait, you're back out of Nirvana. you
As
slipped
you
back
hit
out of
your
Nirvana.
stride, your body releases hormones
I'm
called
done. I'm
endorphins.
done.
Look at that 536 new record on the day. Schlatt, that was impressive. For a guy who has...
Should I give it my shot now?
They're not moving.
Should I give it my shot,
wanna
Schlatt?
do this?
Can you
Do you wanna Tarzan? Yeah.
extend them?
Yeah.
Extend the finger.
That's 536.
I felt like I just unfurled them. I just
All right.
unfurled your hand.
Let's see what we got here.
536.19. Ready?
Anyway, Schlatt, the way to access your emotional
You good?
side is to, which will happen in your life, go through an emotionally traumatic experience.
Yeah.
Pet dies, family member is sick, something goes down in your normal life, and then use that as like a launch board to like translate it to media. Like watch sad things and then cry during the sad things.
While you're recalling.
While you're sad in your normal life because your normal life is sad.
Okay. Do you think it's healthy to want to cry? To
Yeah.
cry more?
Yeah.
Why?
I think it's just cool to access a wider range of emotions because if you cry, you're very sad, which presumably means if you're happy, you're happier because you're no longer...
You're looking for
judging-
contrast.
Yeah, you're no longer judging your happiness from your base state. You're judging your happiness from your sad state. So your happiness is, in fact, like a bigger difference. So even if you're not happier, you might feel happier.
I see. Ted, you're feeling the burn already, aren't you?
I mean, I can feel the pain from the bruising from the original, you know? Like, you already feel the bruising at the get-go. But let's get into a really interesting conversation so I forget this is
We
happening.
need
I
a
mean,
flow state. We need to reach flow state.
yeah, I need to enter into Ultra Instinct or something
Okay.
like that.
Ted, you can chop off a finger of yours.
We've talked about this before.
Damn. If a
You could ask it
giraffe...
to- you could ask
no,
it
I
to-
asked him yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I really love that question. What's another one? That's all I have.
Oh, like another classic
Yeah.
would you?
Well, no, we're not.
Would you rather walk in on your dad fucking a dog or a dog fucking your dad?
I mean, wow. It's hard for me to answer.
Why?
This feels morbid.
I just think
Ted.
both are.
Well, what about you? Hand up, no cheating.
Well,
Show the camera.
would you rather walk in on what?
On your dad fucking a dog or a dog fucking your dad?
Yeah. What would you rather
Your
do?
dog or your dog fucking? Probably dad fucking the dog.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I feel like I'd rather not see. Because I'm assuming that if my dad is getting fucked by a dog, he's being taken advantage of by the dog. And that seems like a more...
Well, no.
No, I think it's actually better if the dog fucks the dad because of that exact reason. Because the dog is consenting it more. It's more consensual if the dog. I mean, obviously the animal can't consent no matter what, but it's more consensual if the dog is the one who mounted, as opposed to you are mounting the dog. What? I mean, we're arguing two evils here, but I think one evil is less evil.
I'm slipping is what fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Mussolini over Hitler type deal.
I'm slipping.
You're at 310.
Keep holding strong. I got 430, so you can get there. What
I've reached nirvana.
Good.
What's something you've made that you're the most proud of?
No, this isn't gonna work.
Oh, Ted.
I decided against it. The
Nirvana was fake.
I had, but then I was like, do I want this? And I
Yeah.
was like, I don't really.
Yeah, that's fair.
What are you most proud of that you've made?
What am I most proud of that I've made? Probably
Same with you.
the music video I made in 2021 with James Marriott. I was very proud of that production.
So, growing up, I always wanted to make an energy drink.
Come on, man.
What are you,
What?
fucking Nade Shot? You had a dream growing up in I Suck, New York,
Islip.
sipping these
I
New
didn't
York,
grow up in Islip, thank God.
and then you made it come to life with gamer
Yeah.
fuel.
Gamer subs.
What's your actual dream? What was your? Or, excuse me. What are you
I
actually
wanted
most
to be
proud
a
of?
YouTuber. I'm most proud of the fact that I can call myself a YouTuber.
Do you think it's cringe to be a YouTuber now?
No,
It's cool.
everybody
Did you just hear what
wants
he
to be
said?
one.
Well, yeah, but like that was when he was young.
Everybody wants to be a YouTuber.
Well, no, he said that actively he's most proud of it.
Yeah, that's true.
And then
But
you
there-
said, don't you think that's cringe?
There are cringe. There's cringe aspects of being a YouTuber.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
It's cringe YouTubers.
Who's the cringiest YouTuber you know?
Top 5, whatever.
No, not Mr. Top 5. He DM'd me.
Really?
Yeah, I made a video about how he's the biggest YouTuber from my school. For context, I went to a school with like in New Hampshire. It was 2 towns, graduating class of like 100-something people.
Oh, really? And there was another YouTuber
This
from
kid
that town?
also graduated from the same school, but has a bigger YouTube channel than me. He's got like 4.4 million.
Wow.
And I'm close to beating him. So I made a little short about it. I was just a little hee like, hey, this guy's bigger than me. Let's beat him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And they DM'd you and you said,
He reached out. He's like,
stop your campaign or you'll feel a lot of pain soon, Ludwig.
well, what he's like, you ever come back to New Hampshire? I was like,
Oh,
yeah,
that's threatening.
sometimes. He's like, good. I was like, oh, okay.
I'll be waiting.
Yeah, I think that's what the vibe felt like.
Wow.
Yeah. Tommy's doing the same thing where he's like asking for, I think, 3.5 million subscribers.
To beat who?
Just to get to 15.
Oh, you gotta get.
And it's working.
You gotta make a rival though.
It's working. I think the play is he wants a rank in Hypixel.
There is a huge trend of that in shorts where it's like, let me find some arbitrary goal, usually 10 mil. Let me find some arbitrary reason to hit 10 mil, and then let's go for it. Like Airac was like, a 10 mil, we'll do a pizza party.
Wow, that is.
That's the lamest fucking thing I've ever heard.
He did it.
Well,
He did it.
did it?
It was the world's largest pizza party.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't sell it well. I said it like
I was
he
gonna.
was like a
I was like
eighth grade
thinking,
teacher.
okay, he's gonna get like one full cheese pizza from
No,
New
no,
London
it was
and then
better than
slice it like this.
There was the Isaiah photo. He was like, at 10 mil, I'll meet Dwayne the Rock Johnson or something.
Did he?
Yeah.
What did Dwayne agree?
It was kind of funny because he piggybacked off Mr. Beast meeting him. Like Mr. Beast met him, and then he was like right behind, and like they did rock paper scissors, and then Isaiah did the same thing like 10 seconds after. Like Mr. Beast.
I saw that TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he walks in right after that TikTok ends, and he goes, "Round 2," and then they do it.
Really?
Which I thought was kind of funny. Ryan Trahan had the Dr. Phil one.
I know that. I know about that one.
He was like, "Let's beat Dr. Phil in
Do you know
subscribers."
Ryan Tran?
No.
Do you know Ryan Tran?
Yeah.
His whole shtick for a while was like, let's pass Dr. Phil and
Phil?
subscribers.
I think
yeah.
Gordon Ramsay's the current goal.
For him?
Yeah.
No, he already has more than Gordon Ramsay.
Does he?
Gordon Ramsay has he has over 10 mil, right?
I thought Gordon Ramsay had like 20 mil.
Really? He might. I don't know.
What should we do?
How many subscribers does
All of
Gordon
us.
Ramsay have, Tucker?
Anyway, it's all a gimmick.
Yeah.
It's all a gimmick.
No, it's a real challenge that they need to achieve.
I've become disillusioned with YouTube.
Really? Are you?
A little
You're
bit.
disillusioned?
I'm disillusioned. It's all cringe cesspool.
Surely
People
you get
gamifying content
disillusioned.
for better
Yeah.
views, better subs.
Yeah, you're right.
What
Love
do
it,
you do
though.
about that?
Love it.
What do? You just keep doing your thing?
Yeah.
What about you?
Disillusionment with YouTube.
Yeah, how do
Like
you
the. Can you clarify what you mean by that?
Like, right now, it's very gamified
Oh yeah.
where people are like, I need this click-through rate, this watch retention, this strategy works to get there. I need this call out for subscribers.
I
I
found.
need to include a shorts game so I can get a larger subscriber base.
I found that like recently with at least my own channel, when the thumbnail and the video just feel good and there's something magical about it. I found that when that shit feels the best for some reason, it always does better than when I try to
Gamify it?
yeah, when I try to gamify it or when I try to make things like, for instance, like I released this video that was like me talking about a Christmas movie, and it was like a quick, faster made video than what my normal ones are, and then it did not do that well, and so it kind of reinforced this. Okay, well, I need to actually, for every video, I need to try
Give a little love.
like really hard in order to like make sure it's as quality in all these categories as possible, because otherwise, when I'm not putting as much. And it's not that I wasn't trying, but it was like I was trying like less, and I was trying to like offset work to other parties in order to make it more efficient for myself. And then the video didn't do as well, and I just sort of,
So
I don't
you
know.
went back to your old ways.
Yeah, I kind of fell back into, okay, well, I need to kind of focus more on what I was.
How about this? Next time you review a movie or make a video about a movie,
Well, it wasn't the movie itself.
play the whole movie,
Ah,
and you're in the corner
okay.
watching it.
Go live.
That doesn't seem legal.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Go on kick.com. You can get away with anything.
What do you think of Kick?
They got no TOS.
I'm serious.
Kick, I'm a little worried about Kick long term because they're fully funded by stake.com and they're just burning money. I think in exchange
It's
for
like
being able
it's like the esports of a live streaming website.
But I don't know if it's necessarily a bubble. I think the goal is to use Kick as a marketing tool to make Stake bigger. And so if Kick is bigger, presumably the marketing efforts for Stake are bigger. Presumably more people gamble money. And then this is just a marketing expense for gambling.
Well, gambling makes a lot of money.
It does.
So surely they have some means to track where that money via Kick is coming from, and
Yeah.
whether or not
It's actually growing.
I imagine that as long as the gambling money that's coming in is working out for them on their balance sheet of running Kick.com, I imagine they would keep running it.
Yeah, I think so too. So I guess the question is that the case? And I think they're the only ones who will know the answer to that. Private company, like we'll never have that info. But if not, I imagine they just axe it after like a year, 2 years. But if it is, then I think it'll be pretty sustainable. And it seems like a little dark web version of Twitch, you know?
Yeah, it's interesting because I feel like Kick, they did an interesting thing where they just straight up took the UI of of Twitch, and then and so for people that wanted to switch over, especially viewers, like that.
Day dot, it looks great.
Yeah.
YouTube's been working on that shit for like 3 years. They haven't gotten close to cracking the code.
Yeah.
Kick day one.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So the transfer over for viewers is probably really smooth. It's
pretty low.
And it's
Low friction. Low friction.
oh yeah, low friction transfer over. And it doesn't feel like one of those situations where you've got like when Sneako's like, watch me on Rumble, and it's like, what the fuck is a Rumble? But then also like if you were to go over there and live stream there, you know, there's a part of you with the gambling as you feel a little dirty doing it, wouldn't you?
I think most people who switch over to Kick are like smaller, mid-sized creators who.
I mean,
want
I
a
can't
better
knock
split.
that. Yeah, I
So
wouldn't
you
knock
could
those
knock 'em.
people for it. You know,
Couldn't knock 'em.
yeah, you know, at the end of the day, there's no ethical consumption of the capitalism, guys. Come on,
It's true.
take that one to Hassan.
I think he would agree.
Yeah, take that. Put that
That
in your
one
pipe
in your
and
pipe and
smoke
smoke
it,
it, Hassan. Yeah, got it.
Hassan.
Got it. You two are done streaming.
I streamed for the first time.
I saw that.
He came back and then stopped.
So
But then you stopped again.
well, then I went to Ireland for 10 days.
All right. And
And then I came back and then I had Chuckle Week.
are you gonna go back to streaming?
I'd love to stream. I'm excited for all the games that are coming out. I pretty much, my idea is pretty much I'm gonna just choose a game that I want to play that I would normally play by myself, not working, and
just
then
do it on
just
stream?
stream it. And then it's like, okay, now I'm streaming again. Like I wasn't like I.
It's gonna
So
crush you.
I think for the longest-
is it a big part of the business plan, or
No, I mean,
do you think it would detract from your ability to enjoy the games if that's like? Do you want to stream, or do you feel like
Are
you
you-
have
are you
to?
doing
I do
it-
like
are you doing
streaming,
it-
but I think that. Sorry, what were you gonna ask?
Are you doing it? Are you doing it to justify gaming?
Oh no, I don't think so. I think I'm doing it because like sometimes I'll fall into a hole where I'm gaming so much and then I think I need something that kind of keeps me in the like reminder of that. But also I did miss streaming. And like I remember when I saw your Schlatt stream of when I want to get one of those driving wheels and do a little stream where you know the trucker stream. I was watching that and I was like, that looks so fun. And when I came back to streaming and I did it for, you know, the 2 hours that I did, I was like, I missed that. That was, I enjoyed it. I think that I sometimes overwhelm myself with like, oh, it's got to be this grand plan, or like there's got to be some sort of goal, where in reality, I could just freaking choose a game and then play that through, and then that could just be it. Like, it doesn't need to be that whole thing. I think I sometimes focus a little too much on like making sure everything is like, oh, this is the cream of the crop. When in reality, it doesn't always need to be like that.
No, it's different strategies.
Yeah.
Drunk driving streams are great.
Great.
Really fun.
This has been coming up so much this week.
Wait, why?
It's fun. It's fun.
You brought up drunk driving a lot
Well, I mean, we just had this episode that
with the drunk.
you know, we don't even know.
It
If
might not. I don't. It's not. It's no one's ever going to see it.
we're not sure if we're going to show it to them.
Really?
It's
Who's
not
it
going to
with?
see the light of day. Tucker's shaking
Me
his
and
head.
him.
Just you two
We had
Yeah.
a debate.
about drunk driving. Mm-hmm. Who was on what side, Ted?
Schlatt, what do you think?
Schlatt, were you talking about the drunk crashers?
No.
You fucking piece of shit. You're trying to tell me you weren't talking about the drunk
I
crashers?
wasn't talking about the drunk crashers. I
Did
was
you-
talking about the drivers.
You didn't say it's not the drunk drivers that are the problem. It's the drunk crashers. He didn't say that, right?
I don't know if he said that specifically, but he definitely alluded to that.
Because he does have a tendency to have that thought.
His thesis was along the
Hey,
lines.
no.
You're right.
No.
It can never see the light of day, and no one can ever convince us.
To talk about it?
Well, you probably could. You're
Nah,
pretty.
I'm all right. Nah, I'll keep it. We'll keep it in the dustbin. Let's let it die.
Let's just say that I entered that podcast feeling like an insane man,
I
and I
think
didn't know. And
Because
I
you lost.
and that's
you've lost that debate. First of all, I've never lost a debate against
Circles
Schlatt.
around him.
okay. Imagine someone who. Well, it seems that these debates work is that someone claims it louder that they won.
No.
And
I
more
want a Twitter poll.
Cool and calm and collectively.
There was no Twitter poll though. He's just been saying he won.
You put it up on Twitter. Are you guys for or against drunk driving?
Hey, chucklers.
And then I'm gonna reply and I'm gonna say, by the way, we can see your responses
Yeah.
and what you believe in. Yeah. So what were we talking? What was you?
Talking about streaming, talking about life, talking about crying, talking about strength.
Crime, strength.
Crime. What's the biggest crime you ever committed?
I was a transnational thief.
You were a transnational thief?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've smuggled shit across borders.
Well, that was also involved in it.
What'd you smuggle?
Foods.
Well, I stole a small little tiny magnet from a gift shop in Canada when I was 10, and then I took it across the border
That's
back
petty.
into America. I'm
That's
a transnational thief smuggler.
That's petty. No, you're giving yourself a grand title for petty thief. What'd you take? What'd you do?
There's an exploit when you have 5 iPhones
What?
where you can link with enough finagling.
Uh-huh.
You can link Apple cards to each other and create a recurring loop of payments to one another and
And it-
rack up the cards.
Greases the money.
What? What?
Money tree. Have you heard of the money tree theory?
No?
He's solved it.
Okay.
Each of those Apple iPhones,
You have five. I have 5 iPhones.
are leaves.
They're all
on the
connected to
money
one
tree.
credit card?
No.
No.
5 different ones.
5 different.
Well, I don't
iPhones.
want to get too into the.
Can I learn a little bit though?
Yeah.
I have 5 iPhones.
Yeah,
I have
it's
5 Apple cards.
It's a recursive formula that involves
Invented
iMessage,
by him.
that involves
talked about this before?
involves
Yes.
separate Apple Card accounts and like the flip side to the same coin, the iMessage money requests.
Did you ever take calculus? Sine,
Yeah.
cosine, tangent?
Uh-huh.
You should kind of be getting at what he's going for here.
Oh, cosine.
No.
Tangent? I don't know the third one.
So it's a recurrence
Ted, let's
and a
split.
resurgence.
That's enough.
Okay. So this
I don't want. Listen, I say too much, then
Okay.
it gets.
I'll tell you one
patched,
thing though.
okay?
This is your you've done this?
Yeah,
I'll tell you one thing though.
You do this.
I do this.
For how much money?
Well, how much are you starting with?
It's like you. Well, I haven't tested it to its limit because I'm already rich, but every month I kind of up the ante to see just how far I can get.
You're scamming Apple out of like hundreds of dollars?
Well, no, it depends on the towers.
What? What the fuck am I listening to?
Well, no, okay. So if you need, it depends on strength. It depends on the towers.
Strength of who?
The towers.
Will?
No,
Oh.
it depends on the towers.
It does? Is he being real?
The connection.
Yeah, it does depend on the towers sometimes. Some have to be, okay, there has to be distance and like a different tower. So ideally one of them is in a location where you have to like send requests multiple times.
Tucker, am I dumb for not understanding this yet?
No, nothing they say makes sense.
Mine is way simpler. I just ran an illegal online gambling ring, allegedly. I made thousands. I had a
Did you?
rake.
Really?
It was like Morgan's game? Megan's game?
Gerald's game.
What's that? Tucker, can you look it up? Megan's game?
Megan's game?
Mandy's game?
Megan's
Poker.
game.
Megan's game poker?
I mean, imagine my surprise when I first learned about this. When Schlatt had just been over to my place and he had left and gone to the studio
Megan's
before
game
me,
poker?
and
You found the dead zone phone.
Shay discovers a phone in our couch.
This is real.
A phone.
It's not like a Schlatt
a
joke
phone
of like
with
99. I did this. This
no,
is like
a phone
he
with
actually is,
full battery and a default wallpaper with a red sticker.
Are you scamming? You're scamming
Like a
for
color-coded
hundreds of dollars.
phone- a color-coded
I have seen your net
phone.
worth. It changes by a factor of.
This is
tens
true.
of
Why are you looking at
thousands
me
on
like
a day-to-day
that?
basis? You're scamming for hundreds.
Soon it will be more.
Is it for the rush? Is this Bernie Madoff shit? Is this,
But
is
think
this
about
gonna
this.
take you down?
But think about how crazy this was, though.
Should you admit this?
Lud, think
It's
about how
like-
crazy this was, because I was communicating with him via text message, and then we find a new phone. The only person that had been there besides Shay and I was the cleaners. So I called them. I'm like, "Is this your phone?" And I take a photo of it. I sent them. They're like, "No, there's not. No, we have our phones. I'm texting you right now." I'm like, "Oh, yeah, that makes sense." So then I'm like trying to figure out whose phone this is. It's got full battery, so it's not like it's been there for like
A long time.
a long time at all. So I've got my phone. Shay's got hers. Tucker's got his.
Come to find out, it's Schlatt's burner.
Come to find out, it's one of many within this, one of the many leaves on the money tree that Schlatt has created.
He calls it Money Tree.
No,
He coined that phrase.
I kind
yeah.
of like it. Do you like it?
I like it.
And so on one of the early podcasts, I put this on the table.
Oh, you confronted him.
I confronted him with that on the
Wow.
podcast.
How long ago is this?
This was, I mean, in the time of the viewers, it was probably about 5 weeks ago. But in the time of us, it was maybe 3 days ago.
Wow. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm like a paramotorer. You know, I
No.
have everything.
I don't get that
I
one.
have everything figured out, and so every time I go up, I fly a little closer to the sun.
You're risking it all for
Why didn't you
hundreds
just- why didn't you
from
just-
a megacorp that could take you down without thinking
Why
about
didn't you
it.
just say that you were like Icarus? Why did you have to use that paramotor route?
don't know.
to
Because
get
rich
to the-
people. Because remember, rich
Yeah,
people.
it's rich people. Back to rich people.
They make it risky.
Yeah.
I so in college I joined an illegal gambling ring.
Okay.
It was run by these two tax guys. It was a poker group online.
So we're just like admitting stuff now? Is that what's
this is
going on?
alleged.
Okay.
It's a poker
In a
group.
video game.
They play online. It's like filled with 50 golfers, dads, bankers.
Mm-hmm.
They would play like 3 nights a week, and they would take rake on the games. and that's illegal to take a rake. That's what makes it illegal.
What's a rake?
Rake is like we're playing a game, the three of us poker, $100, $300 are in. The person who ran the poker game would be like, I'm going to take $10 of that just for helping run this, setting it up, and this will help me do things in the future to help set up more games.
So how do
That'd be illegal.
So how do casinos make money?
Casinos are different. They're sanctioned to gamble, but like we couldn't do that. Like the same way we couldn't run a blackjack room in here today. We couldn't.
Okay.
So rake in it of itself is not illegal, but if you have like a license. But if you don't have a license, it's illegal. Like anything else, like selling liquor without a license.
Right.
So anyway, they took rake, and these two guys ran it. They're two tax attorneys.
That's ironic.
Start of the year comes
Well, actually,
around.
that's not.
Start of the year comes
tracks.
around. They're like, hey, we can't run any games. We're too busy. Meanwhile, I've lost $1,500 playing these games. I've chewed through all my savings that I got working at Apple.
Like a little mouse.
I'm chewing like a mouse. I'm getting fucked like a
rat.
dog, and it's your dad involved.
You're chewing like a mouse, getting fucked like a rat.
That's right. And they hit me up and they say, hey, would you mind like running games? Like we'll give you a cut of the rake.
Ooh.
And I'm like, sure, I'm down. So I start running games, and I figure out like, best times to run games, and I start running them more frequently, and I start taking some of the pool that we've raked in to make big games on Sundays. But part of the deal they made is that I would be allowed to play in one game a week for free. And that was the real money. So I would set up like $50 buy-in game, $30 buy-in game. But then one a week, I would do the big bonus pool. This is why you give rake, is so we can do a big bonus pool. We'll do a $100 game with a $1,000 bonus on Sundays. I play in that one free.
Right.
There's only like 20 guys in there. There's a good chance that I make some money on it. Occasionally I walk away if I just win one with over $1,000.
Yeah.
So I just got to win one in every, few weeks.
Just got to win one. Just
And
that
I
big
started
break.
winning. I started getting better. I was top of the leaderboard for a little bit. They had a leaderboard of wins.
Wow.
And then I graduated college. Had to move. Stop playing.
Did you end positive or negative?
Positive.
Nice.
Positive, like probably made like 2,500
Good shit.
Wow.
Nice. I'm up about that much.
with your money tree.
Yeah.
So you're doing it for 2,500?
Yeah.
It just
Schlatt,
doesn't seem like you understand how it
literally
works.
Talk about gamer subs for 5 seconds.
I don't think you understand how it compounds.
It's money tree.
It's like it's almost.
Why are you piping up?
Well, it's almost
Why are you
laughable.
piping up, mister? I went to fucking Canada and stole something from a grocery store.
Well, because hearing about it from him is exciting.
Your thievery isn't equivalent.
Well, yeah, but I feel like I can live vicariously through him when I learn about it.
What's the biggest crime you committed?
The biggest crime I've
Don't
committed.
fuck around. You drive high? DUI? That's a crime. He's thinking back to how many times he's done it, not which time.
Well, I mean, I've gotten a speeding ticket.
Okay. That's the big. You sound like Margaret Thatcher.
Do you?
Dried up right now.
I
That's that because they asked this question. It wasn't Margaret Thatcher. Who's the other one?
Oh, so that
Who's
was your
the other-
answer of your biggest crime?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I thought you were just telling a story.
No, it was my biggest crime. It's related.
Wow.
Who's the former after Margaret Thatcher woman ran UK? She was one of the prime ministers. Theresa May. They asked her.
I'll tell you one thing.
They asked her what the most trouble she got in was, and she said, "Oh, as a kid, we used to get into some trouble by jumping and frolicking in the flowers." That was like her answer.
That's hilarious.
Dead ass.
I'll
That's
tell
what you sound like.
I'll tell you one thing. One time when I did a semester in, I may have talked about this on the podcast, but one time I did a semester in college in LA, and we were transporting 3 ounces of weed back to Ithaca, New York with us.
On a plane?
No, in the truck.
Driving?
Yeah,
Oh,
and
spoiler.
so we were like we were taking the southern route, so we were gonna go through like Arizona, Texas, yada yada,
Damn.
and we decided there's like a little area down below where you keep like toolkits or whatever in the truck, and we decided to put that all in a plastic bag and then put it down there. So it was like in the lowest part of the car, and on top of it was a bunch of like suitcases and all that. And we were like, sweet. Like even if someone were to like look through a little bit, it's like they would have to fucking like strip down the
It'd be
car.
such a pain.
Yeah, it would be a huge pain. And it would like, and I mean, we're white. So
Privileged.
basically,
Welded powerfully.
basically what happened was we had little things to have on the road, little pieces of weed, little edibles or whatever, and a grinder and stuff, and that went in the glove box. And we're driving along, we're having a good time, and we're going through Texas. And there's this weird thing in Texas when you're going from the west to the east, where a lot of there's no like major kind of interstates that can majorly go through that area. So, but there are highways, but the way the highways work is it's like you're going on a 75 mile per hour road until you reach a small town, and then maybe in the span of 1,000 feet, you will go from 75 miles per hour down to 45, down to 35.
Road.
Same road.
Wow, confusing.
So, and these towns aren't necessarily very big, but the change happens very fast.
Yeah.
So
And
when
they'll camp out.
yeah, so
Cops will.
basically, I see that 75 go down to like a 35 or 45 or whatever, and I'm slowing down. But in the process of doing that slowing down, I'm going past a cop, like 22 over the speed limit.
Right, and the speed change is not a gradient. When it's 35, it's 35.
Yeah, once you pass it, you've entered the speed zone.
Yeah.
So I'm getting pulled over now, and then I turn to my buddy who I'm road tripping with at the time, and I'm like, hey, can you hand me the license and registration from the glove box? And he does that, and he hands it to me. And
Must have had a stank to it.
well, basically, if I hadn't told him early to hand me the license and registration and instead did it when the cop had walked up to the car, then he would have opened up the glove box, and in it would have been a grinder, some weed, shit all over right on top of the license and registration. And this guy wasn't really playing around either, too, because when he pulled us over, he was like, neither of us were high or anything like that, but he was like, how you guys doing? Where you coming from? And we're like, oh, we're going from California to Massachusetts.
Shouldn't have said California.
2 legal states at the time, mind you.
You should. Oh, mistake to say California.
Yeah.
You're coming from New Mexico next time.
Yeah. Yep. So
Going to
basically,
Louisiana.
he's like, hey, you're going 22 over the speed limit. I'm like, I'm sorry. Sorry. And he like did the whole thing where he like asked me to get out of the car.
Wow.
Yeah. And I was like, okay. I got out of the car. And then like, it was funny. A fucking tire pressure gauge fell out and went on the ground. And he was like, what's that? And if you look at a tire pressure gauge,
It looks like a crack
kind of looks like a crack pipe a little bit.
100% does.
So I look at it, I'm like, that's a tire pressure gauge. Like, and he was like, okay. And I get back in, and then he like goes to the thing, and I like turn to my buddy, and he's like, I hadn't looked at him the whole time, but I look at him there, and he smoked a little bit more of weed than I did, and he had maybe more or less gotten in trouble for it before. So he was there, and he was like sort of like almost a
Stone cold.
He was shivering,
Ghost
like he was
white.
shivering in fear, and it was. And so I looked at him, and I was like, I shouldn't have looked over at him, because then I looked at him and I was like,
Made you nervous.
oh, okay, so there's something legitimate to be worried about right now.
Yeah.
Luckily, more or less luckily, I ended up getting just a ticket, and we were on our way. But later on, we were driving down the road, and we could smell weed one part, and we were like, who's the idiot who's like doing that? And we were maybe like a mile down the road, we see some guy with the fucking doors are open, and they're like searching through his car. It was like, I felt it was so weird, because I've never felt like that driving through Texas since then, but during that time when we had that weed in there, it was like we were transporting like the most like high value sort of like we were cartel or something, moving it over state lines, and like there was like spotlights everywhere, like we were on the run. But it ended up being fine. The ticket was, it was really expensive. It was like a $200 ticket or something like that.
How much is 3 ounces of weed in visual?
3 ounces of weed is like,
Golf ball? Baseball?
like it's a bag full. Like it's
Bowling
like
ball.
No, like if you, one of those like thin bags, like a thin bag like this. Like
That's a good amount. That's a good amount, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, those, ice pops? How many ice pops in a row?
How many ice pops in a row? Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. So, maybe 5 ice pops in a row.
5 ice pops.
But with like that thickness in 3 of those bags, and they were down below.
How many strips of bacon would you say they were? Ludwig, would you rather have unlimited bacon?
I've done this, gamers.
But no more games.
Don't tell me you're doing this to everybody still?
What?
Or
Are you still doing this?
games. Unlimited games.
You're still doing it.
What are you screwing about?
Oh, you're still doing it. I'm
Listen
not
to the
screwing-
question, you asshole.
But no games.
I know the question.
What's it going to be?
Okay, what's the question?
Would you rather have unlimited bacon but no games, or unlimited games, but but no games.
Okay, so clearly you didn't hear the question, so I'll let Schlatt repeat it
You want
another
me to
time.
say it
'Cause I thought he
again,
was
or do you
being
think
crystal
you get it
clear. I
right
thought it
this
was being
time?
cut and dry, but he wasn't.
All right.
Ludwig, would you rather have unlimited bacon, but no more games? Or games, and that's where he fucked up. Just games. Unlimited games.
Right.
But no games.
Games, unlimited games, but no games. I would rather have unlimited games, no bacon.
It's funny because that was just not a fucking option.
Yeah, it seems like you.
Not a fucking
I would
option.
rather have games, unlimited games, but no games.
Now, here's my second question for you. Do you think that your answer was consistent with the last time you answered this question?
No,
or are you going to appear as a hypocrite online and we can blast you all over the
My main
internet?
thing's being hypocritical, so I'm down with rolling down that road still.
Fair enough.
Fine, fair enough.
Creator of Mogul Mail.
Do you want to add any more? You want to add any more stuff to the sandwich, the Chuckle Sandwich?
What does that mean?
Well, I don't actually even know if we asked him when he came on last time because we've missed some guests. But
We have.
Usually when we have a guest on, we ask them what part of the Chuckle Sandwich are they, like as if we were building a sandwich.
Oh, wow.
I'm the two butt pieces of bread on each end. Schlatt's the mayo. Charlie was the meat, and then we lost the meat. But then we've been trying to fill the void
You're
with.
vegetarian now. You're vegetarian now.
No, we're not. There's plenty of meat in the sandwich.
I thought you just said there's no meat.
Well, there was no
There's
meat.
everyone's who's ever answered it. It's one
Oh,
big
it's
sandwich.
gonna be a gross sandwich.
Oh well.
Well,
How are you gonna make it better?
yeah.
I would
There you go.
I would remove stuff.
No, well,
No.
The issue is that the sandwich has too much shit on it.
okay.
It's got too much shit. You know what? You know what part of the sandwich I'll be? I will be.
Can I just say something before you do that? We've been asking you these questions, and these are questions that have stood the test of time. But you have been operating yourself like a kid playing pretend with another kid, and then saying, "Uh-oh, actually, I have a force field."
What do we?
Yeah, wittily.
Yeah.
Continue.
I would be. I don't even want to answer now. By the way,
That piss you off?
that pissed me off.
Yeah. Did that get on your
Yeah,
skin?
it got under my skin a little
Yeah, it
bit.
got under your
huh? I
skin
feel a
now
little
and you don't wanna
grind- I feel a little
participate?
grinded, like
Yeah?
my gears have all.
Yeah, you're a little
jumbled.
mad.
Yeah, my gears got jumbled right
Yeah.
there.
Well, you're stuck in the middle between the two of us, and we're not going to move until you answer the question.
I would be a middle slice of bread.
Interesting. Add a little bit of structure.
Like a Big Mac middle
Yeah.
supportive piece.
But a toasted piece.
Toasted. Interesting.
Oh.
Double interesting. What type of bread would that be?
Whatever they put in the Big Mac.
Okay, so a hamburger bun.
Yeah.
Okay.
But toasted.
Toasted hamburger.
A
bun.
McDonald's hamburger bun from the middle of a Big Mac,
Toasted.
toasted. Okay,
I'm cool with that.
sweet. Well, thank you so much, Ludwig, for coming on this episode of the Chuckle Sandwich Podcast for the second time. You know the saying that we always say at the end of the podcast. Take it away, Ludwig.
1, 2, 3, 4. We are moguls. Hear us roar. 5, 6, 7, 8. We are moist and we are great.
Okay, thanks for watching. Woo!